Most email marketing agencies aren't just bad, they absolutely suck. I can't tell you on two hands how many accounts we've actually saved that was just a travesty, was a nightmare that were costing them millions of dollars in lost revenue, and turned that into a great email account, producing automatic revenue every single month. And using our 4-step email ecosystem, we've completely transformed these failing campaigns and have generated plus $20 million for our clients. So in the next few minutes, I'll break down all of these single steps, and it all starts with number one, which is the technical setup. This is the most easiest, but it's also the most important. The technical setup is actually fairly easy, and I'll show you, because you only want to make sure that you're not landing in the promotions tab. You want to land in the primary tab, and for God's sake, you don't want to land in the spam folder. How do you do this? I have a complete video on this. You can go check that on the channel. When you have all of this set up and done with your DNS settings and everything, custom domain and so on, you can then move on to your campaigns and your flows. Your flows is the entire ecosystem of automatic revenue. And again, I'll show this case right here. This is a list of the email ecosystem flows. You want to have around 15 up to 25 flows. So you have again covered the whole customer journey and the automatic emails that are being set up here. Then you have the campaigns. Your campaigns are your manual campaigns. You know the stuff. This is what you send out on a regular basis, 2 to 4 times a week, where it gets where's the best actually frequency of this. When you have all of this set up, you want to optimize, you want to split test, always want to test, and you just want to do better things, but you also want to try new things every single month. So what's the problem with bad agencies? Well, they write long paragraphs. They have multiple ideas just in one idea, which is a no-go, and they never ever write copy or do designs that resonate with their audience. It is walls of text. It is zero structure. It is zero formatting. As you can see right here, I'll zoom in a bit. This is a proper bad email where it's just a hero image. There's the logo, hello, welcome to, and then it's just a big block of text, and then you have the CTA and a lot of more text. It's very bad, just to be honest with you, and this never ever converts. Multiple ideas just stuffed into one email. Never do this. It's dry copywriting. It doesn't resonate with your audience. It's boring. Don't be afraid to try something new here. Especially on your design and in your copy. You know, if you're not doing enough research, that leads to a bad email and it leads to bad results. So what is it that good agencies actually do differently? It is one idea per email. It is one test at a time. You never want to test multiple things here. You have one email, one idea per email, you have one message, and you have one action. That's it. And you have a clear visual hierarchy that also resonates with your customer. So when you have the design and the copy, this ties into your research, what you have done before, but it ties into your every single customer that you have, either if you're selling to a 20-year-old or a 27-year-old, or you're selling to somebody that's 65, right? So what does that look like? This right here. You see there's a great flow here. You have not a block of text. It all ties in together. I think this is actually a beautiful email. You have the 3 CTAs here. Shop now, again, not a lot of text down here, as you saw with the other email that is just, one image, big block of text. And it's not a bad thing to do only text. Sometimes you can do plain text emails, but again, just for you to get a feel of what is actually a good email. One thing that's very important with emails like this, you want to have them skimmable in like 3 to 5 seconds, because nobody's reading an email. They might read some of this, they're not reading every single word in here. And another thing with copywriting, when you're doing copywriting, make sure it's not like AI and AI written. Make sure it resonates and the viewer or the reader can actually relate to what you're also writing. You never want to do it in an academic language or tone of voice. You want to do it how I just speak on camera. That's how you want to write your emails. So moving on to the flows, bad agencies, if they only have these basic automations, let's say they have one email in the welcome series, they have one email in their banning card, they don't even have the checkout flow. This is something I see very often. They think they have the abandoned checkout flow, but they actually haven't set the trigger correctly. So what's a basic setup? Welcome series, abandoned cart, which is the checkout. Maybe they have the browser abandonment, and maybe they have like post purchase. That's it. For a complete ecosystem, you want to have around 18-25 flows. Something that I've seen of different accounts is that they have like 45 flows, which doesn't even make sense, because why? You have so many instances where the data you get in, you actually don't even do anything with it, and you just have this many flows just because you can, but it doesn't actually drive any value to your customers or to your list or to your business. Another thing that's very important is actually segmentation. I'll go into detail a little bit about this, but segmentation in your campaigns and in your flows is actually very important, because if you have a loyal customer base, you might want to treat those better and give them some different kind of offers than someone that you're just trying to convert for the first time. And while we're at flows, I do want want to mention, this is just not a set up and forget. You want to continuously improve. You want to split test. You want to test a lot of different things and different offers, different types of copy, different types of designs. You can set it up, let data run through, see what works, but always want to optimize these flows, because a lot of brands, they set up the welcome series, abandoned cart, checkout, browser ban, and then they just let it run for 2 years, which is just costing them so much. No product triggers. Obviously, if you have a picture of a product, make it clickable so you can, as a CTA, get them sent to the website. Should be mandatory for every single email, but it actually just doesn't happen. And as I mentioned, set and forget, never ever just do this. Always continuously to improve and optimize your flows. So on behalf of flows, what do good agencies do? They build a complete ecosystem that actually covers every customer that is just visiting your site for the first time until they've been a loyal customer and bought from you from 10 times maybe throughout the years, right? So you want to map out your entire customer journey so you can say, okay, this is the first time visitor, haven't heard of our brand or anything, first time on the site. From that step, if they check out some of your products, your collection, they're searching for something, you want to hit them with an email. If they put something into your cart, the checkout phase maybe, or if you converted them, you want to hit them with these types of emails. Obviously only send them an email in terms of where they are in their customer journey. Don't just send 8 emails because they've triggered all your flows. Remember to do this. So the ecosystem is more of a word that when they just visit you and they've bought from you in your customer journey from you multiple times, that's how you increase your LTV and really can scale your business. And then there's a balance of selling and nurturing, and we like to call it, sometimes you are storytelling, sometimes you're actually story selling, and sometimes you just do promotional where we have 80% off the whole web shop because of Mother Days or whatever it could be, right? But keep a balance, because it doesn't make sense to only do promotional, because you will train your customers to wait from you whenever you have a discount, just next week or whatever it could be. Do a mix of tutorial tips and tricks, behind the scenes, do everything that you can think of. And if you don't know how to do this, again, watch some of my other videos where I talk into how you can generate ideas. Great timing is actually a bit underrated, because some clients that we've tested, it works best in the morning, like 6:30 a.m., 8:30 a.m. And some other clients, it's 2 p.m. And for a fifth client, it's actually in the nighttime. Kids have been, put to sleep. It's after 9 p.m. So always test out the timing, especially in your flows. Is it 45 minutes after they have left something in your basket or cart? Is it 2 hours? Next, split test all of these small things in terms of getting the correct timing. Because if you sell a t-shirt for, let's say, $20, it's not the same customer journey if you sell a sofa for $1,000, right? And then obviously regularly you want to refresh and optimize all of your flows. You don't just want to set it up and forget. And an entire ecosystem. You have the welcome series. Actually, I'll just show you. Let me get this straight up here. So you have the site abandonment, your review flow, welcome series, sunset, unengaged, browser abandonment, post-purchase replenishment, some of the holidays, competition, VIP customers, customer win back, abandoned cart, loyal customers, new customers. All of these flows is actually just a complete email ecosystem that covers the whole journey. That is so important. And just as a last thing with these types of flows, you want to personalize it, and you want to use all the data you have on your customers, all your first party, zero party data that you have, and tailor that into your flow so you're speaking directly to each customer. So the most important flows, if you don't have these set up already, please just do welcome flow, 4 to 12 emails. You decide how much you actually want to do in here. Some of the welcome flows that you write, you will also use these in your campaigns. Site abandonment, they have just visited your site, 2 to 5 emails, throw in a little bit of fun here. Browser abandonment, they looked at a specific product that they're interested in, might as well try to convert them. And obviously the cart and the checkout abandonment flow, we'll actually do 48 emails depending on how long your customer journey also is. And then the end, post-purchase flows, where you can try to upsell some of these and cross-sell, and just an introduction to you, to the brand, and really trying to get this relationship with your customer. Last two, win back flow, if they've bought from you and haven't bought from you in X amount of time, sometimes it's 90 days, sometimes it is 180 days, like who knows, it depends on your case, right? The last, sunset flow, for every unengaged subscriber, you shouldn't be paying for this, just remove them from the list, because they're hurting your domain and your sender reputation, your deliverability score, and you're just paying for something that is not giving you anything or buying in your business. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, and really quick, if you're an e-commerce owner or e-commerce brand, or you're sitting head of digital, head of e-commerce, whatever, if you're at least doing $50,000 per revenue each month, and you want to maximize your revenue from your email marketing setup, just like our client Plaza, Brødrene Simonsen, Bloomit, Blackbeard, whatever it is, or whoever it is that we have helped throughout the last couple of years, years, then click the link in the description right down below. Then you can book a call with me and I'll go over everything about your email account. I won't try to sell you anything or some stuff like that. I will just go over your email account. You can get this audit by yourself and you can go through it. If you want to work with us, then we can talk a little bit about more, but let's first start in the account and see what's actually happening. All right, this brings me to all the manual campaigns, because this is something I see that a lot of businesses are not prioritizing, and it's the same with the agencies. Most agencies, they actually only emails through like big sales. It could be Mother's Day, it could be like Black Friday, Christmas, summer sale, January sale, whatever it could be. They only email doing like some of these big things, and then they spam discount constantly. You don't want to do this. As I mentioned right before, you want to have some value, you want to have some tips and tricks. Again, behind the scenes, you want to lead with value and then sell when you have something really good to, you know, sell to your customers, right? Because it trains your customers to only listen when you have a sale. I do this with some of my clothes I buy. I know some of the brands I follow. I wait for them to have a sale, and then that's when I buy, because they have it like every second week. Most importantly, with campaigns, it is inconsistent. If you don't have a consistent schedule, you might as well not even send anything. Let's say you say 1 email per month. When your customer get an email, your subscriber get an email from you, they're like, who is this brand? I actually like, what is this? So you want to send 2 to 4 times per week, at least 2 at bare minimum. And another underrated thing about campaigns, always do segmentation. You want to send some only emails to your most loyal customers, or who are most engaged with your emails, and then you want to have another segment that is like more colder audience. Again, watch one of my videos where I talk about segmentation in all of this. So as I mentioned, send 2 to 4, maybe 3 to 4, depending on how many subscribers, depending how much you actually can say, but as a minimum, send 2 per week. You want to segment all of this stuff with most loyal customers to some of you just trying to convert that on your list, haven't bought yet. You want to do content first, and then you want to do the sales. Every single time do this, especially in your welcome series where you have your offer after they bought from you, take them through all of this. It's the same thing with your campaign. Content first, then you can sell. And then you want to keep a steady rhythm. It's very, very important. You don't want to do 2 to 4 campaigns every week for 3 weeks straight and then just drop it off and actually forget it for the next couple of months. It doesn't work like that. You won't generate great results like this. And then you want to plan 1 month ahead for every single email that you have, all right? So make a complete plan of this is what is going out in May, this is what is going out in June, July, and so on. Because structure in this is so important, especially when you're up on this volume. And one really important thing is that you want to have your campaign match your website, match your ads, like in general, just match your tone of voice and your style of what you have on your business side, all right? If let's say you have you can try out different designs, but let's say your colors or your business colors are blue and red, then don't send 4 to 6 emails that are like I don't know, purple and orange, for example. You want to match it. Every single email should match what you do on your website, on your ads, and do that also in your emails. Because you don't want to be like this, you want to be like this. Sale, buy now, 30% discount, limited time offer. If you only do this, your customer will just only buy from you. Tips and tricks, our favorites, the team favorites. Look what just got in the door, whatever. What does this mean? Message from the founder is a really great email to use, for example, in your post-purchase email or in a campaign. So try some of these things out. Again, watch my other videos if you're in doubt of what you should actually have for ideas. So almost finished. Data and testing. Bad agencies never uses customer data. You're gathering so much data from your customers through every channel, might as well use that for your email marketing, because why not? I see so many brands, they have a lot of data, they don't use it for anything, they just blast and mass send to one email list, and it doesn't make sense. It's the same with the testing irrelevant things. If you think testing the color of a CTA button is going to rapidly scale your business, it's just not. It doesn't make any sense at all. And moreover, tiny sample size doesn't even make sense. I saw some dude on LinkedIn that had 2 split tests and it was 200 cents and 320 in the other one, and it's such a small sample size that it doesn't even make sense. I'll go through this real quick, but you want to have enough of sample size before you determine anything. You don't pick anything based on how you're feeling or your gut feeling. You base it on the stats in Klaviyo or your triple whale or whatever you use for tracking. Never ever base anything that is data on your gut feeling. So with all the data that you already have, maybe you have a lot of first party data, of zero party data, say, use that in your copy, use that in your email marketing setup. Prioritize high impact tests, like your flows, like your offers, like your copy, like your design, not just changing a button color of your CTA. It's never gonna drive enough revenue just from changing one small detail. Test one thing at a time, very important. Don't test multiple, because if you test multiple, I don't know, at a time, you won't ever know what actually worked. And then you wanna use a minimum of 5K clicks, 3K opens, and 10K plus in conversions. If you don't do all of this, you might as well not even test some of your email marketing setup. So in general, the first thing that you do is working with your email content that goes into your flows, that goes into your campaigns. And that is the data that you get, and that is what you test with, and that is what you optimize with. So it's essentially just, you know, I want to say like a full circle. You do one thing, you move on to the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. And that's how you keep getting better in all of this. So you have it. That is the complete system of how you can run email marketing better than 99% of the agencies that are hustling out there that actually doesn't even know a thing about it. And there is actually one more crucial element that I didn't get to say. If your pop-up form isn't converting at least 5% of your visitors, you are just doing it wrong. So think about this. You're spending money on ads, or you're spending time on generating traffic to your site. If you're not converting the first customer of this visit, you might as well get their email, because you already spent time or money on them, right? They might not buy right now, but you have their email. So now you can send them campaigns, they can enter your flows and get through all of this customer journey. And they might buy from you at some point, because every customer is different. Some buy on impulse and justify it with logic and buy on their feelings, as you've heard before. Some, they might take a little longer. So in order for you to actually scale your ad spend, you want to build your list from what you're already doing. And your pop-up form is the first step in this. And I have a whole different video on pop-up forms where you can see how we're actually generating plus 10, plus 15, plus 20 sign-up forms or pop-up forms conversion rate. Go check that out real quick and then implement all that stuff on your website. So perfect. See you all in that new video, and thank you for watching this one.